Hey sis, did you hear about Grandma?
What? No. What's happened?
Well, she's passed away, finally. I thought that old bat would never go.
Ruth, you can't say things like that.
Why not? It's the truth. She was hanging around for ages trying to hold on to all of her stuff. I mean, what was she? Like 102?
She was 76.
Still. Anyway, now that she's gone, we'll finally be getting her will. I think I'm the one who's going to come off better though. That old bat loved me.
She loved both of us. And to be honest, I don't think now is really the right time to be discussing her will. It is insensitive and just plain wrong. We need to take the appropriate amount of time to mourn her.
Whatever. I don't really care. I just want to know what she's left me. I mean, she was quite loaded, so I can't imagine she'd have left me with, at least she better have left me with something, otherwise I will be extremely angry.
It doesn't matter, Ruth. Grandma was one of the best people I knew, so show her a little bit of respect.
Blah, blah, blah. Whatever. I'll just tell you then that Mom will let you know when the funeral is.
Fine. I'll see you there then.
Whatever. Ha ha ha! Guess what, Scarlett? Scarlett!
What, Ruth?
Well, as you probably know, it was Grandma's will reading today. And, oh boy, it was so good. I mean, you probably don't know yet, do you? Because you had to go back to work and all, so you couldn't stay around for the reading. But boy, oh boy, I have got the best deal out of all of this, LOL.
What do you mean? How have you got the best deal or whatever?
Wouldn't you just love to know, LOL? It's much better than what you got.
What? Look, stop leaving me in suspense and just tell me what you're on about.
Fine, fine. If you really want to know. Grandma left Mom most of her stuff. You know, clothes, shoes, and jewelry, and a little bit of money. And you got an old house in the middle of nowhere, LOL.
And what did you get?
Me? Oh, not much. Just, $20 million.
What?
I know. I mean, how awesome is that?
Since when did Grandma even have $20 million?
I don't know. But what I do know is that I am the best off from this will, and my life has gotten significantly better. I mean, just think of all the amazing things I can now do in my life with this money. If only she had kicked the bucket sooner. I could have had all this money way before now. Oh well, at least I have it now.
Ruth? How could you say that about Grandma?
Because I would rather have the money over Grandma still around.
What?
Do you want to know the first thing I'm going to do with this money?
Not particularly, to be honest.
Well, I'm going to tell you anyway. The first thing that I'm going to do is buy myself the biggest, nicest, and most expensive house. Then I'm going to check out my entire wardrobe and then buy all of the most expensive and glassy things I can find. And I doubt it'll even make a dent in my money. This is the best day of my life.
But where did she get all of that money?
Apparently it was something to do with stocks and savings and things like that. I don't really know. And to be honest, I don't care. As long as I get all of her money, I am more than happy.
But what about the rest of us? I mean, what on earth is this house that I've supposedly been left? Where is it? What does it look like? Why have I only got a house and you got all of that money?
It's hilarious, isn't it? Like, you actually put time and effort into knowing Grandma and spending time with her and everything, and yet she still gave me all of her money. I didn't even spend any time with her, and she gave me everything. I just can't believe it.
No, neither can I. Doesn't matter though. If that is what Grandma wanted to do with her belongings, then that's fine. I'm not going to fight with you over this. She left me what she thought would be what I needed, and I'm not going to get upset over what she decided to leave me in her will.
Well, you say that now, but I've seen a picture of the house that you've been given, and it really isn't the best looking thing. It's basically falling down. I mean, the roof is collapsing in, there's rot in the wood from the looks of it, some of the windows are smashed, and there's just a load of maintenance work that needs doing. It's going to cost you a load of money. If anything, Grandma's left you with a money pit, and you're going to end up losing all of your money trying to fix it.
That can't be true. I mean, she wouldn't do that to me. Would she?
Well, apparently she has, lol. So much for being the good little granddaughter. You thought that the act would get you everything you needed from her, and yet, she clearly didn't fall for your act. In fact, from the looks of it, she was incredibly annoyed considering she's left you pretty much nothing.
Well, I'm sure I can make something out of this.
Uh-huh. You keep thinking that. Anyway, I've got a load of money burning a hole in my pocket that I need to go and spend. See ya.
Uh-huh. Hey, Mom. I just finished talking with Ruth, and she said that Grandma left me an old house in her will. What's that all about? I mean, especially considering she left Ruth $20 million.
Oh, sweetie, I know that you're probably quite disappointed at the minute about everything that has happened, but I'm afraid I can't do anything about the will. Believe me, if I could, I would have given myself a little bit more money.
Yeah, but why has Grandma left it all to Ruth? She didn't even like Grandma all that much, and she definitely never visited in all of the years that she was alive. I bet Ruth couldn't even pick Grandma out of a photo with a bunch of other people in it. That's how much she didn't care about her.
Yes, but if it's what your grandmother wanted to do, then we need to respect her wishes.
It's not that I'm not respecting her wishes. I'm just confused is all.
You and me both.
Well, tell me about this house that I've been left then.
Well, apparently it is your grandmother's birth house. She was born there and grew up there. It's a lovely place, like quite a big farmhouse in the middle of some farmland. The house itself is beautiful and full of space, and there's quite a lot of land that goes with the property as well. Of course, we'll probably need to do a bit of work on the place, as no one has been there in years, but I'm sure it's nothing that you can't handle.
Well, I'm not exactly the richest, you know. Apparently that's all gone to Ruth. So I probably can't even afford to restore it even a little bit.
Well, I'm sure you'll figure something out.
Mom?
Look, I don't know what you want me to do about it. I have enough problems to deal with without adding yours onto them as well. Maybe you could ask your sister for a little bit of money to do the place up. I'm sure she wouldn't mind.
Have you met Ruth? She won't give me a single penny of that money, despite her not needing all of it.
Well then, you better start saving up, shouldn't you? If you want to keep the place and do it out to do it.
But from what you've said, that house is going to take a lot of money to deal with.
Well, yeah, it probably is.
I suppose at least it's a place where I can actually settle down. I mean, I'll finally be able to stop renting and wasting all of my money on tiny, rubbish flats where the landlord can't be bothered to deal with any of the problems that inevitably come up because they can never be bothered to actually keep their houses in a suitable living condition.
Yeah, that should be good. It's nice to know that you're looking on the bright side. Anyway, I've got to go now. I'll talk to you later, sweetie.
Bye, Mom.
So, Mom told me that you're going to move into that house that Grandma left you.
Yeah? So what?
So it's true? You're actually going to move into that run-down piece of garbage?
It might not be the most up-to-date house, but it's got potential. I'm just going to take my time and fix it up as and when I can.
Haha, lol. That's quite hilarious. I mean, here I am with my dream house, which I just bought for $10 million, and there's you, stuck with a falling down shack. You must be so jealous of me. I mean, I would be if I were you.
I'm not jealous of you, Ruth. Money isn't everything, you know. Besides, it's not just the house that Grandma left me, but the land surrounding it as well. Quite a few acres, actually, including woods and even a small lake. I really think that I might have gotten the better end of the deal here.
Uh-huh. You keep telling yourself that if it helps you to feel better. I just wanted you to know that I am about to go on a month-long vacation to Bali with my new boyfriend, Derek. He and I met in this really famous bar. You know, one of those high-end exclusive places. Yeah, we really hit it off, and now we're going to get better and better. Shame yours doesn't.
My life is perfectly fine. In fact, I love my life, and I wouldn't change anything about it. I like the house that Grandma left me, and I think that with a little bit of hard work and dedication, I'll be able to turn it into a lovely place to live. Not to mention that I've also been left quite a bit of land, so I could possibly do some farming or something. I don't know. Perhaps I could set up a little local farm shop or something like that. Either way, you won't make me feel bad for my inheritance. I think it's a much nicer thing than just money. Grandma wanted to make sure that I had somewhere nice to live when she was gone.
Blah, blah, blah. You keep telling yourself that, but we both know that you'd rather have the money over a rundown house any day. But if you want to keep lying to yourself about things, then fine. I've got $10 million to go and spend. See ya.
Goodbye, Ruth.
Scarlett, hey, how are you? I know it's been a few years since we last spoke, but I thought that maybe we should have a catch-up and stuff.
Ruth? Yeah, it's been quite a while. I think I can figure out some time to meet up with you. It would be nice to catch up and see how you're doing.
Great. Then maybe we can meet at that old farmhouse that Grandma left you? That is, if it hasn't completely fallen down by now.
No, it's not fallen down. In fact, I've managed to do it up really nicely. It's my home now.
Your home? Like, you actually live there?
Yeah. It wasn't easy getting it all set up, let me tell you. I had to put a lot of hours and hard work into fixing everything that I could. I also spent a lot of time on YouTube learning how to rebuild a home. LOL.
Hang on. Are you telling me that you actually fixed that house up all by yourself?
Huh? Oh, no. I did what I could to try and save as much money as possible, but I called in professionals when I really needed them. There was no way that I was going to risk trying to do any electrical stuff. I didn't want to burn my home down before I'd had a chance to even live in it. LOL.
I see. So it's all up to scratch now then? Looking as good as new?
Yeah, it looks really good actually. I couldn't be happier with the place. And because Grandma left me the place in her will, I don't actually have to pay any mortgage on it, as it was all paid off already.
Oh, that's great. So I'm guessing that the value of the place has really shot up then?
I guess so. It's certainly worth a lot more now than it was when I first got it.
How much would you say it's worth?
I don't know. Why are you so interested anyway? You have $20 million. I don't think whatever my house is worth is really worth your attention.
Well, you see, I don't actually have that money anymore.
What do you mean you don't have it anymore? What happened?
I spent it all, so now you need to give me half of the money from the house.
Huh? What on earth are you going on about?
You heard me. I spent all of my money.
How have you managed to spend $20 million in 2 years? That should have lasted you a lifetime.
Well, the mortgage on the house I bought was astronomical. Plus, I spent a load of money on things that I simply wanted to do or own. I quit my job because who wouldn't when they were rich? But with no other income, I had money going out and nothing coming in to replace it.
Jeez, Ruth. How could you be so careless?
Whatever. Look, it doesn't matter. All that matters now is that you give me half of the money that the house and the land costs. It's only fair that you share it with me. I mean, with a house that big and all the property done up and the land as well, you could probably sell the place for a few million. Then you can give me half of it.
That's not happening, Ruth.
What? Yes it is. You have to give me that money.
What? Why would I have to do that? You never shared your inheritance money with me. Not only that, but to get the money you're talking about, I would have to sell my house. This is my home. I live here. I'm not going to sell it just to give you money that you don't deserve.
But that's not fair. Grandma gave you a house and only gave me money. Why should you get a stable place to live whilst I have nothing?
You didn't have nothing, Scarlett. You had $20 million. You've just frittered it away like a moron.
I was having fun.
And now you're broke.
If you don't do what I say, then I'm going to sue you. Get that money either way.
Uh-huh. Good luck with that. Though I doubt you actually have anything to go off of. But it'll be funny to see you try to sue me for not giving you my inheritance.
I'll do it. Just you wait and see.
I look forward to it. Now, I'm guessing that you don't actually want to meet up, do you? You just wanted to try and see how much money I've actually got?
No, I don't want to meet up. Why would I want to meet up with someone who won't even share their money with me? I mean, a good sister would. So what does that make you?
It makes me not a fool. Look, I'm not going to sit around and let you try and make me feel guilty simply because you spent all of your money. If you couldn't be sensible enough to invest some or be cautious about how much you were spending, then that's your fault. I'm not going to uproot my entire life to finance your mistakes.
Ugh, you are the worst sister ever.
Uh-huh. Whatever, Ruth. I'm going to go now. Good luck with things.
You'll be hearing from my lawyer. Just wait. I'll get that money.
Goodbye, Ruth. After Ruth tried to make me give her half of my inheritance, I decided to cut her out of my life for a little while. Not permanently, but just long enough to let her calm down and come to realize how crazy her request was. She did try to get lawyers involved, but after hearing what she actually wanted to do, none of them actually took her case on as they knew that there was nothing to her claims. From what I've heard, she's had to get a job again in order to earn some money. Hopefully she'll learn her lesson on how to be more financially sensible, although I doubt it.